definitely a fairly realistic way that people get paid, sort of like straight commission. But graduated commission is nice because it incentivizes moving more product or selling more things or whatever it is you're trying to do. So why do you think some employers offer graduated commission? Well, first of all, graduated commission means that the more you sell, the larger percentage commission you get paid. So it says, in order to motivate Kayla Johnson to sell more condominiums, so this is, I think, Kayla from yesterday. I think it's the same person. Her boss set up a new plan. Now Kayla can earn at a higher rate as she sells more. So graduated commission says that your commission rate may increase as your sales increase. A graduated commission offers a different rate of commission for each of several levels of sales. It provides an extra incentive to sell more. So basically, the more you sell, the higher percentage you end up getting from that, which, you know, for people who are in sales is oftentimes a very big motivator. So the formula is, it looks more basic, but it actually is a little bit more complicated because there are more levels of commission to calculate, and then there's more things to add together at the end. So each of these problems that we do today will basically be the same step that we did yesterday, but it'll be the same step done at least 2 or 3 times, and then we're going to add values together at the end for each problem. So the total graduated commission is equal to the sum of the commissions for all of the levels of sales. So there's different levels of sales here. So for example, 1, it says, Irene Gonzalez, she sells appliances at Twin City Sales. She receives a graduated commission as shown over here. Irene's sales for the past month totaled $9,840. What was her commission for the month? So if she sells a total of $9,840 in that month, if we take a look over here, if she sells $1,000 or less of product in a month, she earns 4% commission. If she sells, and actually, I'm going to do one more thing. Let's expand our table. Because when it says something like first 1,000, next 2,000, over 3,000, this doesn't actually give us the total amount of sales for every single level. It gives us the total for level 1, and it implies a total for level 3, but it doesn't really give us a value for totals on level 2. So let's say total sales over here. So let's do a third column and call that total sales. So total sales here would be up to $1,000, right? So this would be $1,000 or less of total sales. Everybody okay with that so far? First $1,000 means your total sales, if total sales are $1,000 or less, you only get 4% commission. The next 2,000 would be up to what? So it'd be 1,000. So it would be 1,000 and, well, this is 1,000 total. So this would be 1,001 to what? To 3,000, yeah. Because if you start at 1,000 and you go next 2,000, 2,000 more than 1,000 is 3,000. So if you go above 1,000, meaning 1,001, or I guess 1,001 cents technically, but 1,001 to $3,000. So any sales over 1,000 up to $3,000 gets you 6% commission. You still only get 4% commission for that first 1,000. So you're not getting 6% on all $3,000 sold here. You're getting 6% on the $2,000 sold between 1,000 and 3,000. Yeah, that makes sense? Hopefully a bit. Okay. And then once you sell more than $3,000, every dollar over $3,000 earns you 8% commission. And so only like if you sell $9,840 worth of product, that means that $6,840 of that is at 8%. So this would be 3,001 or more. So what we have to do is figure out those different levels of commission. Sure, all my intervals are looking good here, so bear with me. Yeah. So the sales, the first 1,000, go and write this down. First 1,000 multiplied by, what's the commission rate here for the first 1,000? 4%, which is a decimal what? 0.04. Okay. And then we'll just say COMM for commission right there. So how much money is earned on the first $1,000 of sales? $40, yeah. So the first $1,000 of sales, you're earning $40 commission, or I guess Irene is earning $40 of commission. The next 2,000. Yeah, and so here's the thing. This number here, so is going to be the amount of money that she earns that much of commission on because she went over $3,000 in sales. So basically we're saying all of the first $1,000, she gets 4% on an entire $1,000 here. She then gets 6% on an entire $2,000 here because she goes over 3,000 in sales, which means these first two levels are full. The maximum amount of money of commission is $1,000 for this percentage, and the maximum amount of commission is 2,000 at 6% on this middle level. And so she's completely full on this one, 1,000. She's completely full on this one, 2,000. So 0.06. $120. And then whatever's left over is what she earns 8% on. Yes. So over 3,000, the amount of dollars over 3,000 is 9,840 minus 3,000. That's the amount that went over 3,000, which is exactly what you said, which is 6,840 times 8%, which is $547.20. Any questions there? Okay. Something else that is going to make your life maybe a little bit easier. If you are unsure if these numbers are correct, here's a quick hint for you. Those three numbers these must add up to the total sales because you're accounting for the total sales with those three different tiers of sales. So if you add 1,000 and 2,000 and 6,840, the answer should equal 9,840 because you have to account for every dollar in sales within those different levels of commission. So if you're ever unsure if you have the right numbers for the sales values in these different levels, add up those three numbers or two numbers or five numbers or how many different levels of sales there are, add them all up, and it should always equal the total sales for that particular time period. So if we go over here, total commission, what's total commission then? $707.20. Yeah. You just add up the different levels of commission to find the total commission. So it's very similar to what we did yesterday. We're just breaking it down into different commission levels with different commission rates to find the different subtotals of commission to find the total commission. Now it's clear that she's earning the bulk of her money because she got into that 8% commission rate. So, you know, the most amount of money, if she only sells $3,000 worth of, what is she selling? Appliances. If she only sells $3,000 worth of appliances, she's only earning $160, which is not that much, especially if we're talking about a month, right? So you definitely wanted to get into that higher tier of commission rate. Any questions there before we look at another one? Okay. These ones definitely need a little bit more room, and you need to show a little bit more work for these ones as well. So turn the page. Here we go. Sal Espinoza makes 10% commission on the first $5,000 of sales and 15% on any sales over $5,000. Find his total graduated commission on $15,000 in sales. So here we go. The first 5,000 gets multiplied by what? Yeah, 0.1 or 0.10. Okay, how much money? Yeah, 500. All right, and then over 5,000. So it's definitely multiplied by 0.15, but how much did he get over 5,000? Because these two numbers here, the two numbers on those two columns need to add up to 15,000. So what do you add to 5,000 to get to 15,000? 10,000. So the number here that we're multiplying by 0.15 is 10,000. Because over 5,000, we're not talking about exactly 5,000. We're talking about the amount of dollars he sold that was more than 5,000. He went 10,000 over 5,000. So what's 10,000 times 0.15? 1,500. So total commission is what? $2,000. And if you take a look at these two numbers here, 500, not 500, 5,000 and 10,000 adds up to 15,000. So every level of sales within that table or chart or however you organize it needs to add up to equal the total amount of sales. All right, I want you to try 2 on your own. And if you want to break it down and make it a little bit more organized by making a table, you are also welcome to do that. So if you want to say, all right, the level, the amount of money within that level, the rates within those levels, and then the commission within those levels. You can organize it in a full-on chart like this if you want to. Might make things a little bit simpler. And then the total is going to go here. How much money does he earn from the first $2,000? Oh, her. How much does she make from the first $100? Good. So she makes $100 in commission from the first $2,000 in sales because that's a 5% commission rate. What is the sales number for over 2,000? Good. 5,740. There are two different levels of sales commission rates here, up to 2,000 and then more than 2,000. And so the amount of sales within each level need to add up to equal the total sales. So 2,000 plus 5,740 equals 7,740. This second level is paid out at 8% commission, which is $459.20, which means you're just going to add 100 to 459.20 to get the total, which is 559.20. There we go. And that is our answer. Any questions so far? I've been saying this a lot and I'll keep saying it. The best thing you can do for yourself in problems like these is to organize your information. Everything that we do in here is essentially a word problem. And so word problems require organization in setting up a problem and having a process. If your process looks a little bit different than mine, that's okay. But as long as you have a process that works for you and it's not just like kind of a shooting in the dark, guessing and checking situation, then that's good. So we don't want to just be randomly punching in numbers to a calculator and kind of guessing what's going on. We want to make sure we have a procedure for something. So that's why I'm making charts and tables and things like that. All right, example 2. See, we're going to be doing some algebra on this one. Mike Torino is paid weekly and earns 4% straight commission on sales of $5,000 or less and 5% sales in excess of $5,000. 1 week, Mike's total graduated commission was $362. What were his total sales for that week? So I would say, let's go ahead and make a quick table over here, just like we did over here. So we've got the first 5,000 and then we have over 5,000. So first 5,000. And then we've got over 5,000. We don't know for sure if he got more than $5,000 in sales, do we? We're not 100% sure on that. But we know that the rate for the first $5,000 is 4%, so 0.04. And the rate over $5,000 is 5%, so that's 0.05. So what's the maximum money he could earn from selling $5,000 of product? He earns 4% up to $5,000 in sales. So how much money is the potential for $5,000 in sales? What's that? 200? Yeah. If he sells $5,000 of product, he earns $200 because 5,000 times 0.04 is 200. So did he earn more than $200? Yeah. So that means he sold at least $5,000 worth of product. So we know that he got to $5,000. What we don't know is how much more than $5,000 he earned. But we do know that from the second level, because his total was how much? 362. How much did he earn in commission from this second level? $162. Okay. Any questions so far about where we're getting these numbers from? We're just kind of working backwards. We're testing some things. He got $362 total. he can only earn $200 from the first 5,000 in sales, which means he sold more than $5,000 worth of product. And that means he earned $162 of commission from the amount over 5,000. So what goes here? Which is, but we don't know that yet. So what should we put here? Yeah. Let's call that X. Cool. So this times this equals commission on the first 5,000. So basically the math here goes here. Now, if you want to, you can just put in, so first of all, total graduated commission is $362. We know that. Let's go ahead and write our equation. 362 equals, we already did the math over here to figure out the amount of money he made from his commission on the first $5,000, and that was $200. We also know that he earned $162 commission on the sales over 5,000. However, it says use S for sales. However, we don't know how much over 5,000 he earned, or how much over 5,000 he sold. So instead of writing in plus 162, we're not going to do that. We're going to write in 0.05S. And that earned him $162. We know that. But this is our equation here. And the reason why we don't want to put in 162 is because 200 plus 162 is 362, which doesn't mean we're solving for a variable. We want to solve for a variable. So when we subtract it, we're going to get 162 here. So subtract 200, 162 equals 0.05S. And then we're going to divide by 0.05 on both sides. What does S equal? Okay. Is that his total sales? No. Why not?
That's his sale over 5,000.
Yeah, the S is sales over 5,000. Now, this is a little bit different. We're setting it up a little bit differently than what this problem told us to do, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I think it actually made, yeah, it made a more complicated equation. I decided to go ahead and simplify it. So let's say total sales, we'll cross that off. S is his total sales over $5,000. We're still trying to figure out total sales for the week, though. So total sales are going to equal the initial 5,000 in sales plus the amount over 5,000, which is 3,240. Also, if you get a number at 3,240 for your answer, we should know that is not the right answer for the total sales for the week. Why? Yeah, it's not even more than 5,000. If you multiply this by 4%, that's not even $200 in total commission, but he earned $362 in total commission. So this is the number on top of the initial 5,000. So we're going to get total sales for that week of $8,240. All right. Any questions on that? Okay. Now, the book, just in case you want to know, the book had the equation. I'm just going to write this off to the side. I'll write it down here. Book equation. So your textbook has an equation that says 362 is equal to 0.04 times 5,000. Yeah, that makes sense. Plus 0.05, and then in parentheses, S minus 5,000. So they used S minus 5,000 because you're saying, all right, it's over 5,000. So if you find the total, but if you look at this equation, having a group within a group definitely makes it a little bit more challenging. You'd have to use the distributed property and do a little bit more if you wrote it this way. So that's why I'm suggesting, if you know it's more than 5,000, just figure out the amount above 5,000 and then add that to the 5,000 at the end. So either way is perfectly fine. I just find this way to be a little bit more straightforward in my mind. I don't know. Questions there? Okay, let's keep going. We got one more, two more. Okay. Dabney, Washington is paid a weekly commission of 3.5% on sales of 7,500 or less, and 5.5% on sales in excess of 7,500. Last week, Dabney's commission was $820.40. What is the total of her sales for the week? So let's go ahead and just get ourselves a little chart going here. So the first 7,500. And then over 7,500. The first $7,500 in sales has the potential to earn 3.5%, so 0.035. And then this one is going to be 0.055. And we also know that the total for the week was $822.40. All right. So what are the earning potentials for the first 7,500? $262.50. So did she sell more product than $7,500 worth? Absolutely. Because her total sales gave her commission of $822.40, which means she got commission of what from over $7,500 in sales? $559.90. Yeah. Okay. So here's our variable. Whatever we get for X, we're going to add to 7,500. We're not going to use the 555.90 in our equation. So even though that's how much money she made, we're not going to use it. In our equation, we are going to use those values there. So I like my variable on the left. So I'm not going to write 822.4 first. I'm going to save that for the right side of the equation because I like my variable on the left side of the equation. So the amount of money that she made on the first $7,500, let's go ahead and write this together. And then I'll have you work on the last one on your own, is $262.50 or just 262.5. You can put 0.50 if you want to, but you can just do 0.5 plus 0.055x is equal to the total amount of commission earned, which is $822.40 or 822.4. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Yep. We're not going to put this into the equation initially, but it will be in our equation when we subtract the 262.5 from both sides. Yeah. Yeah. So if we subtract 262.5 from both sides, that will give us this 559.90. So we're not inserting 559.90 into the initial equation, but it will be part of our equation once we subtract. Yeah. So that's going to be 0.055x equals 559.9. Then we'll go ahead and divide both sides by 0.055. So how much product was moved on top of the $7,500? What was the value of the product sold above and beyond 7,500? Anybody have that? Yeah, 10,180. So total sales then are going to be equal to the initial 7,500 plus the amount above that, which is 10,180. $17,680. Nice. What's that? Oh, 1760. 8 years before the declaration. 1776.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Gotcha. So $17,680 in total sales. Answer number 4, then we're done for the week. And we're done with this chapter. Monday will be your review day. Tuesday will be your test. I'll hand out your review to you on Monday, but try out number 4 here. This will be the last one. So take, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, however long it might take. And then we'll double check it and see how you did. I'm going to go ahead and work on it out of sight. Hey, does anybody have total sales for that week? Oh, we're talking week. $83,666.67. Nice. That is the total. So figuring out, did he go above $75,000 in sales based on his commission? Well, he can earn up to $1,875 on the first $75,000 in sales. He earned more than that. So yeah, he sold more than $75,000 worth of whatever he's selling. He sold $260 more than that. But we're talking about the amount over 75,000, which is X at a rate of 3%, added to the $1,875 earned from the first $75,000. So here's our equation. 1,875 from the first 75,000 plus the amount of commission earned here based on the amount over 75,000 is equal to total commission. Subtract 1,875 from both sides. 3% commission on the amount above 75,000 earned him $260 in commission above 75,000. Divide both sides by 0.03. The value of X, or the amount of money more than $75,000 sold, was $8,666.67. Added to the original $75,000 in sales is $83,666.67 in total sales. Any questions on that? Cool. That's all I got for you. That's it for chapter 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get your assignment.